It's time to return to vintage gameplay on this channel, and this Eternal Week in Japan top 8 list is a banger. Welcome back, vintage gamers, to a Wednesday night league. We're gonna go through some of the cool lists we found at Eternal Weekend in Japan, and this one is going to be 75 out of 75 of mono blue paradoxical outcome that did top 8 in Japan. This player is, I guess, known in Japan for being only playing blue decks and only playing mono blue decks and wearing blue as all of his clothing. So that's what we have here today in this list. I don't hate the idea here of an Ancient Tomb heavy island PO deck. This is something that has been played in the past. If you remember Fanoop PO with repeals and that kind of thing. This goes a bit bigger blue. Ancient Tomb is going to really facilitate for Tezzeret Cruel Captain. I think that's probably the big upgrade here for having Ancient Tombs, is you get to play these Tezzerets ahead of schedule, start finding your different pieces. Tezzeret, being able to find your Sapphire after doing Ancient Tomb, and then you have blue mana going, pretty powerful. Some of the interesting choices in this list include Marang River Regent. This is a card we've played on the channel before. Definitely a reasonable rate. You have the instant speed omen part of it, which is 3 and a blue for a draw 3, discard a card. Shuffles back into your deck. But also just the 6 mana, 6/7 creature that bounces up to 2 other non-land permanents to their owner's hand can be really, really strong. We've definitely chained them together and done different things like that. This is not tinkering for Bolas' Citadel. It has a Time Vault and a key. Actually, it doesn't have a key. What the doesn't have a key? It just has 4 Tezzerets? Nah, man. There's no way this deck doesn't have a key. Oh, okay. Well, it's just Time Vault and the Endstone. The Endstone is, it's a powerful mythic rare. I don't know if it's Citadel level, but if you do put it in play and you have follow-up spells and lands, you will draw cards every time you do one of those. And you actually have some protection against the small creatures attacking your life total, because every one of your end steps, your life total becomes half of your starting life total rounded up. Yeah, so as you can see, there are already some interesting choices here. Only 1 Opal, no key, no Citadel, no Probe, nothing like that. 2 Seed of the Synod. I assume we can maybe search for Seed of the Synod with Tezzeret, but I almost would rather these just be basic islands. Same with this Manamo, which can definitely untap our Tolarian Academy for a ton of extra mana, but it's, is that better than a basic island? There's a Fomori Vault, which lets us look at our, use 3 mana and tap it to discard a card to look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of artifacts you control. Put it in your hand, and the rest on the bottom. I actually like this land. This land seems like it could be pretty powerful here in terms of making sure you always have a draw engine. That being said, there are lots of lands in this deck. There are 15 normal lands and 4 Sink into Stupor. That's a lot of lands. Might be a little bit on the heavy side. I kind of want this deck to maybe have a second Sensei's Top, so that you can have Tezzeret counter. If you have 2 Sensei's Tops and you have a Tolarian Academy, you can actually power out Tezzeret emblems, which could be a thing that might help close the game out. And obviously Sensei's Top doesn't pair poorly with the paradoxical outcomes that we haven't even talked about yet. I do think 6 Forces makes a lot of sense here. We'll have to see. This deck has a lot of draw spells, right? It has 4 PO, 4 Coil and Catch, and 4 Stock Up. So lots going on there. Sideboard is interesting as well. There's some Commandeers for Jewel, I guess. I'm not exactly sure. Kappa Cannoneers, I assume, for when we get hit with Null Rods. There are some Azure Beastbinders, a full playset of Azure Beastbinders to bring in to turn off artifact creatures or planeswalkers. The cardboard has no Soul Guide Lantern, so no cantripping cardboard, but there is a cage, a crypt, a needle, and then there's also a lattice and a coating. Normally you might see one or the other or neither, and here we have both, plus 2 traps. So you might be able to tell from my my voice that this is I am concerned. There are things that are suspect, but I do think the overall concept is very powerful, and I expect this deck to do fairly well in this Vintage League. Did you know subscribing here on YouTube and following on Twitch are both free ways you can support my vintage content? All right, here we go. Round 1. I've got turn 1 Tezzeret off of Moxjet Ancient Tomb. Pretty much just as we drew it up, Tezzeret can get Sapphire, and then immediately I can PO on the next turn if I don't have to negate. That is actually exactly what we're looking for. This is a play pattern that I thought might become a big deal in Vintage when Tezzeret was previewed, but it never really surfaced as a strong strategy. I guess if I had more mana, I could even get like Vexing Bauble here, but I don't have more mana, so I think just getting a blue Mox and playing a Sensei's Top is going to do that. Should be good. All right, so if I don't have to negate something here, we probably just PO and win. Okay, well, I definitely won't be negating, but will I have my PO on my next turn? That's the next question. If they cast something you want to negate, do you blind draw? Seems reasonable. Can't negate that, so there goes my PO. Might be spinning on upkeep anyways. Jess, this is somebody else's deck. I am not playing how I would build it. So if I spin on upkeep, I technically am not able to. We do not main Graveyard Hate. We don't main very many things. We were kind of banking on PO. I think I just blind draw on upkeep. So I don't think my life total matters. Let's do Soul Ring. The problem is, like, what am I guess I can use Tezzeret as a shuffle. That might actually be what we wanted to do here. Because I don't think there's anything left for me to search that's good. I mean, Vexing Bauble would obviously let my spell resolve, but there's like nothing else here that is going to help us, so. Sink into Stupor, Tolarian Academy, Mox Pro. Well, these cards don't do anything for us, so let's shuffle. Oh! That's not what I wanted. A shuffle and get a Vexing Bauble. I guess I should have played this island so I could hardcast negation to counter this, which is a mistake. I didn't think I would be doing that, but now that I see it, I definitely could have. I definitely would have too. All right, just resolves. So hopefully we have a winning the game spell in underneath this Sensei's Top. An End Stone. Can we cast an End Stone? 3? I mean, we can, right? Because we can get a Lotus, I guess, if we crack our Vexing Bauble. 3. I mean, I can just cast it straight up. The problem is, I guess I can just use the Tezzeret's untap ability. That will work. The problem is, like, these cards, I have to draw through them, which is a huge problem. Also, like, aren't I gonna die if I cast a Sandstone? I know I can shuffle with Tez, but then I'm casting a 0 directly into my Vexing Bubble. So I can maybe crack my Vexing Bubble. It's probably fine. They'll still have the ability to force, right? Just why are you spamming my chat? Yes, I can get a mana vault, lose my Tez, and do that. I have to win the game on this turn. Having a Tez might be important to Time Vault Key. So I should have checked. I don't. Can my opponents still have Force of Will after all this, or are they done? I should not have. On the upkeep, I should know. I'm just not sure. I'm gonna, I guess, play like they don't. So what I'll do is I will use my top. Use my top, get my end stone, draw my top. Why don't we have a key? I don't know. I don't know why we don't have a key in our deck. I cannot tell you. It is. It's a good combo. Okay. So I just like brick now. This sucks. This card's terrible, man. Wow, what am I like? This doesn't do anything. It's so fucking crazy. So I can draw. If I blind draw versus spin, I have outs to time walk. But if I miss on anything, I lose. Every 0 is better. So I think it's just spin. Great. I have nothing on the top of my library that lets me live. Okay, this might be a rough stream, chat. If I had a Citadel in my deck, I could have just Tezzeretted for a Black Lotus and cast Citadel instead of playing this Endstone and instantly losing the game. Oh boy. Okay, well, I guess we go to game 2. I guess I will take out Karn. Yeah, I would have a higher chance of winning than my Endstone that doesn't do anything. Bring in these 3 things, and then I mean, negation is completely dead, so those can come out, I guess. The fact that there's no main deck hate piece to get off of our Tessera is like very questionable deck building as well. I'll probably like go through at the very end how I would build this deck, or like all the changes that we need to make this deck a little bit stronger. But boy, that game should never be a loss against Dredge. I feel like it should just be a free win. Kappa Cannoneer. Probably not. Commandeer? What do you want to commandeer out of Dredge chess? What are you talking about, man? What are you on about? Those are not good things to commandeer. Why would you commandeer those over just force of willing them? Oh god. Okay, let's go again. My deck did exactly what it was supposed to do, and it still just lost horribly, which is not a great sign. Yeah, the reason I performed poorly at Eternal Weekend because I didn't have chat. If I had chat, then I could win again. Another Ancient Tomb, powerful Ancient Tomb draw, though. This is very nice. Ancient Tomb stock up. Force. If I force back, I get Mind Break trapped. I think that's still fine. There's a Tezzeret and an Opal. Probably not an Opal. Probably just a Pearl. In case I get griefed. I'm gonna hold this for... Why am I holding this? In case of Vigor. It's not a great reason, but... Tezzeret is 3 different pieces of Bizarre Hate. It's the best possible card I could draw besides actual Bizarre Hate. But I'm probably just... I could just PO, right? I can go Pearl, Tezzeret, Crypt, Tolarian, PO, or something like that. Opponent could have another Force or Negation. So maybe it's better if I just lead on stock up. So that didn't get countered. I could just go Mana Crypt, Mana Vault, Mox, Tolarian, Tez for Bobble, and then PO. Probably. Because even if my Tez gets countered, I still have PO. Yeah, this looks like, I think that makes sense. Play this Tolarian out in case I get Vigored. Now I can actually PO in response if they counter Tezzeret. They didn't counter Tezzeret, so I don't even know if I need a Vexing Bobble, but I guess it doesn't really hurt, right? Yeah, and then I pick it all back up and win the game. That's good. Tolarian Academy draws sure make this kind of deck better. Probably just play Crypt, play Ruby, play Tez. We can get Sensei's top. I forgot to freaking tap myself. It's too funny. That was the whole point. Saw a time walk, so I just decided I don't need to do anything here. We're just trying to end the game. This is fine. There's a PO. And I don't know, a cage. Guess I play a needle. I don't know. My opponent just wants to see more of the deck, I guess. Gonna show them a bunch of fun things. Let's go to my next turn. Just get rid of a Force of Will and a Mental Misstep, I guess. And a Tezzeret. Who needs that? Ancestral. Okay, let's cast Ancestral. Let's tinker this Mana Crypt to a Time Vault. Untap Time Vault, tap Time Vault, make a bunch of mana. I guess untap our mana, make a bunch of mana, cast a Marang. Bounce this and this. Yay. Wonderful. Just run it back. We did it. Feel like we should already be 2-0, but that's okay. Yep. This is probably... Oof, man. This hand's really bad. Probably have to mulligan it. Like, on the draw, can't actually play off the Tezzeret. I guess I can play Tormod's Crypt off the Tezzeret, right? I have Tormod's Crypt. It's just super bad into counter magic, right? They kept 7. But, like, is mulliganing helping me? The problem is this is 6 lands. Just have to mulligan this. This is pretty similar, so... But I have a Force. Doesn't play a turn 1 Tezzeret, unfortunately. But maybe I'll draw Moxen. I have a lot of those in my deck, right? Don't think I'm allowed to force a hollow one in this game. Ancestral. Okay. Black Lotus. That's interesting. If I were to draw into Black Lotus, I could Tezzeret. Probably just wait, right? Next turn I'll have... I kind of want to search with Tezzeret. I mean, I could always Ancestral into another Force. I think I just wait. I think I want this Tezzeret to be able to get... I think I just have the ability to wait, and so I should wait. My opponent's gonna dredge. They're gonna lose more cards out of their hand. God, I said I had the ability to wait, but I'm getting 10 damage Never mind. I'm gonna die on the next turn here. I played out Opal because of Mindbreak Trap. If my opponent wants to Vigor my Opal and make me draw with Sensei Stop, that's fine. Playing out Opal makes sense to me. I'm at 8. I'm gonna have to kind of win the game here, so maybe I actually do have to Tezzeret for a Blue Mox and like win off of PO instead. Maybe not really, right? Because if I crit my opponent right here, it's probably fine. All right. So I play Lotus. I guess this kind of sucks. I just have like very low hope that this Tezzeret will actually PO win. Oh, I know my top cards, so I have to search first. Not be able to use this Ancient Tomb again. They have Force as well on their 7-card keep. Pitching Mindbreak Trap. So I could crack my Lotus and Ancestral here, which draws me an additional Force. And then I can still Tezzeret into Mana Crypt and PO. Is that a good use of Ancestral? Or should I just force pitch Ancestral? And then I have an extra blue mana. Actually, I get a third card I don't know about. I guess it's really bad for me if they have a Mindbreak Trap over the top, because I have to pitch PO. I guess that's not true, right? I left a Force on top of my deck, so I could just draw with top if I wanted to. It's pretty bad still. They did have a Mindbreak Trap over the top. So I either have to pitch PO or draw with my top and pitch my top card. And if I do that, I probably have to Tezzeret for a Tormod's Crypt, which is probably just game losing. Ooh, man, this is kind of bad. Actually, this Mindbreak Trap is just a nightmare because I'm not going to get a Tezzeret at all. So I guess we just have to Force Trap Ancestral. Oh, I guess I can't double Force because I'll die to fucking the hollow one. Oh, shit. I guess if I blind draw a mana afterwards, that would work. I can blind draw a mana beforehand, so I could just draw it right now. I don't want to lose my top, though. No, I need a Tormod Script as well. Force this. I mean, the shuffling doesn't actually matter. So there's like, losing my top matters. Oh, I guess I'm gonna have no mana after this, so I'm just gonna die to the hollow one anyways if I sink. So maybe that play sucks. All these plays suck. Oh, what if I get a Graph Digger's Cage? Then I just die to Creeping Chills. Oof. Cool. All right. Yeah, this game, I mean, we put up a pretty good fight against the Dredge 7 keep with Force and Double Trap. But the biggest problem in this series is that we should have won game 1 if our deck was correctly built. Having any anti-graveyard artifact in our main would have won game 1. Whether that's Needle or Soul Guide or anything, it's just like a lost set because of deck building. All right, rebound. Obviously, our deck was doing a powerful thing, so we can continue doing a powerful thing. This hand is great. Keep. Anytime we have a Tolarian Academy, our hand's going to be great, basically. This is a really strong Tolarian Academy deck. I guess all decks with Tolarian Academy are strong Tolarian Academy decks for the most part, but we can tinker Endstone and not have anything to play. Great. Frog, turn 1 frog. How much mana do I have? 5 mana? It's kind of a bad number of mana. I think I'm just gonna go in on a stock up first. Oh, I got misstepped. So I played around days, and then I got misstepped, and now I'm gonna get wastelanded and lose. All right, my bad. Well, I think what I want to do this turn is play stock up and tinker possibly. Now I'm just dead. So I just get wastelanded and lose. Oh, I didn't get wastelanded. That's good for me. Spell bomb. Yeah, I think it. I mean, they only have 2 cards in their hand, so. Are they like thinking about piercing this? What are we doing here? There's no way I run into spell. I mean, I could probably take Force PO and Tinker, but I'm tinkering an Endstone though. Oh, also, doesn't Endstone draw into Bowmaster? This Endstone card is looking real bad. They clearly have Bowmaster. What are you talking about? Like, did you see them pause on the first turn of this game and how they've held up spells this entire time? Like, they have a Bowmaster. This does not look like a particularly good Ruby PO. think I'm just gonna go PO Bobble and play Bobble. And I have multiple payoffs next turn. Oh, this is the Bowmaster that we knew about from the way they paused. Yeah. Setting your life to 10 at the end step is not very good. Oh, wow. No Bowmaster. They just had to draw a card with Spell Bomb. Maybe that means Spell Pierce. I mean, they get to draw another card with Frog, so it's not great for me. Getting Wastelanded here would be really bad for me. No Wasteland again. And they have Hardcast Negation, I guess. That's a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Playing Ancient Tomb lets me play around Pierce as well. So I'm going to play Ancient Tomb and tap my Academy and cast... I guess my PO is kind of shit. But my Endstone is even worse. Whatever, man. This is maybe I have to hold the Ancient Tomb then. Oh wait, I don't actually have enough mana to. No, I have enough mana to be a Spell Pierce on my PO. The problem is I have to sack a thing to do this. Why is our Tinker so bad? Why can't we just play a Bolus's Citadel, man? Why? Like, what? Why, man? All right. It's fine. It's totally fine. I just PO back these things, and it's fine. Draw a card. Oh, Master. Yeah, we knew that was coming. I can't even force it unless I draw a blue card off this Bobble. The problem is, like, my life is gonna become 10 and then I'm gonna die. Why, man? Why do we have an Endstone in our deck? Maybe I actually do just have to draw with Bobble and force it. Nah, I wouldn't have drawn a blue card anyways. No, we're just like super dead, right? Like, I don't know. We hit the great. I can sink and die. At the end of all this, I can bounce the Orc Army and still die. Perfect. Like, I have to bounce the Orc Army, right? All right, I think we live. I think we gain 1 life from our. They have Spell Pierce, which is what we thought they had the whole time, right? So they had exactly what we thought they had. They had Bowmaster Spell Pierce. So I can force this Spell Pierce, pitching my Marang River Regent. Draw another card. Time Walk. Okay. Cool. So I go to 7. I bounce the 7/7. I gain 3 life back at the end of turn. Maybe we're fine. Maybe this is enough. Maybe this is enough. Maybe this is enough. Twister, kill me. I do only get 9 spells. No, wait, I get even less than 9 spells. Guys, there's still a... Oh, why do we have an end stone in our deck? Just let me win the game instead of... Oh my god. All right, so I assume we're bringing in Kappa Cannoneer in this matchup, right? And I assume we're bringing in Beast Binders? I don't know. Take out forces. Run it. Chat. This deck is making me scream internally and externally. I don't even know what to say. This is a top 8 list, though. The pilot must be much better than I am. That's what we've learned. We've learned I'm just not the snuff. I even have the Twitch chat boost. That's a hell of a hand. I elect to keep my hand. And we've barely drawn the regents. This is true. So I'm pretty sure this hand is playing Tezzeret and then Beastbinder, because if I get no rotted, it's really bad for me. If Tezzeret resolves and Beastbinder resolves, we can untap Seat and cast Ancestral, which is pretty cool. I do think Tezzeret's really good. Tezzeret is a strong Magic card, and the fact that there are not too many blue Tezzeret decks is kind of sad. Because I do think it's quite good in this deck. It's the classic 0 mana staple, not me, if you remember. I got Mental Missteps on my Soul Ring. I think we're still jamming a Tezzeret then. They only have, they mulled a 5, so I don't think they have a Force. I think what I'll do is I'll Tezzeret for a Black Lotus. And I'll get both of these in play. See. All right. It's quite the turn. I cast how many restricted spells? None of my cards do anything, though. None of my cards do anything, though. All right. Well, Yep. Oh, I should have, I messed up. I should have used my Seat of the Cyanod so I could untap my Seat of the Cyanod and hold up Sync. Wow. Huge miss. Sorry about that. That would have been pretty cool. Yeah, if I use Seat and Jet, I can untap Seat and I'll be able to hold up Sync. That would have been a really strong spell. Whoops. Oh, they have Jet go. Alright, so I guess it didn't matter. Artifact. That's good. My Tezzeret gets to go to 3. I think I just search for a... They mulled to 5 and misstepped me. I think I just searched for a Sensei Stop. I'm trying to end this game, right? I got forced. Pitching Frog. I feel like that's fine. All right, Beastbinder, turn off your Jet. It can't block, and I have a 1/3. All right. Kappa Cannoneer. All right, first let's turn off this Jet. I don't know, for fun. Kappa. Oh, we got forced. Okay. Delta, 1 card. Another Sync. I don't know if my Beastbinder here is gonna erase my Mana Crypt. They pitched Ancestral Recall to force. I mean, their hand was probably Jet, Ancestral, Misstep, Force, Frog, right? That was probably the 5-card hand they kept. It's just pretty reasonable. Hey, Tez is back. Hold on. I need to turn off this Jet first. Wait. If I attack and they Bowmaster me, it's actually really bad, right? Oh, yeah, I guess we resolved all those things, so they probably just drew Force. So then what do they have in their hand? I don't really understand. This is like really bad for me if I attack, right? I get shot, and then they double the block, and then I kill the Bowmaster. I guess that's probably fine. I guess if they double block, I could sink the token. Hey, what if I guess I could sink the token. They didn't even shoot it. They don't care, man. They don't care at all. I'm just gonna die to my Mana Crypt instead. Maybe I should have tempo sync the freaking thing. All right. Bobble, I guess. All right. 7. Marang River Regent. I guess I can just Beastbinder it off if I wanted to draw a card. I mean, I guess I'm casting this thing, right? All right, I'm gonna go Mana Crypt, untap Mana Crypt, blue, I guess. Cast the River Regent, bounce the Bowmaster and the Mana Crypt. Tempo. Draw with Vexing Bauble. Great. just the card I wanted. Tempo chat. The jet's already turned off with the Beastbinder. I want to crack my bauble. I have sinks and stuff. Like, Bowmaster doesn't stop me anymore. Just gonna kill them in 2 attacks. I'm going to sink the Bowmaster. What are you guys on about? I don't think you're seeing the vision. Can we cut Endstone Tinker? No. No, I don't believe we can. Surely it's not as bad as it's looked. It's just user mistakes, probably. Twitch, YouTube will find all the mistakes and they'll tell us. Okay. Certainly a hand. I think the vision is pretty clear. It's, can we use Ancient Tomb in our Tezzeret deck that's blue? And it does that really well, right? Like, that part of it's good. I think the part that's sus is like some of the other card choices. Like, clearly mono blue Ancient Tomb PO Tezzeret is a stock up or good force, right? I'm pretty sure I'm not casting Tezzeret into Spell Pierce here, and I'm probably gonna upkeep a PO. And if they want to Spell Pierce that, I think that's okay. Yeah. Now we should untap with some more flexibility here and a pretty nice spot. I don't know. Beastmaster's been used in the past in mono blue as an anti-null rod tool. It's not like a crazy tech or anything. Don't really need a crypt off the top when I have a Tezzeret in my hand. If I want to play around second Spell Pierce, I'll need an extra mana, yeah, but... Lotus? Alright. Lotus Null Rod here is really good. I kind of PO'd on the opponent's upkeep so I could stop them from playing a Null Rod or something this turn, but looks like there's a Lotus, so... Bowmaster Null Rod. Frog Null Rod. Ancestral. Ah, well. Seems good. I don't really think we're going to win this game. As good as our hand was. Ah, no follow-up Null Rod is nice. Meringue. Hooray! Meringue. I feel like they have a Bowmaster. But also, we don't have any great ways to play around it. I guess I could untap my Soul Ring. And that would play around Bowmaster killing Tezzeret after searching for Mana Crypts. Yeah, but then they just Bowmaster in response to the Crypt and kill the Tezzeret, and it's not even a good spot, right? I don't think that's very good. I mean, I could wait here as well, but I think waiting is like kind of garbage at this point. I think I'd rather just jam. Like this game, if they untap, is like just not getting better, right? Hardcast negation? Or they have another Spell Pierce. Snap Spell Pierce, I guess? Just another Spell Pierce. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty bad, but I got the Lotus at least. I have a Tezzeret Search next turn, and I have a 6/7 flyer. Can Esper really beat a 6/7 flyer? I guess they just play Null Rod. Frog? Can I get a Vexing Bauble first? 1, 2, 3. If I get another Mana Source, I can get a Vexing Bauble and then play a River Regent. Sick. So, minus. Bauble. Bauble. Saga. Dragon. You know, the dragons the dragons have looked pretty good. 6/7 is just so large. Bounce your frog. What now, opponent? I start to make construct tokens. I'm not even getting wastelanded. And this game looks over. Yo, what decks does Lurrus Frog even beat, man? Every deck is good against Lurrus Frog. Should I have bounced my own Tez? I don't think so. I have a Saga token that goes up to 3. Maybe. Depends on like if I draw like if I draw stock up, I'm not gonna want to have to replay Tez. I don't know. I see what you're saying, but I don't think I do. Certainly an option to bounce the Tezzeret there, though. My opponent fetched first, I guess, to keep Lotus. But this means they can't draw Wasteland for Saga, which is what I would be looking to draw here. Like, you can take a hit from this dragon for a turn or two. But if you take a hit from... If you, like, let me make Saga tokens, you're probably never coming back. So I don't know if I like the idea of fetching to preserve Lotus in the yard. Tapped out again. I mean, they could have a dress down in their deck. It's true. So I play a seat. I get a Tezzeret token. I make a construct. I get a Tezzeret token. Sorry, counter, I should say. And then I can minus my Tezzeret and go get a top. Actually, be maybe a decent spot for key. Endstone stock up. I think I'm supposed to just resolve this stock up right now. Because I'm going to lose my Tezzeret next turn with a jumped frog, I assume. Take Sink Endstone. And then this thing jumps and becomes a what? 5/7? Whatever. Yeah, I should just take top and... Like, if they don't kill Tezzeret, then I can just use this Tezzeret to go get my Sensei's top again, so... And if they do kill Tezzeret, they die on the ground? So there's a lot of problems here. I don't know, man. 6-mana dragon is quite strong. So they kill the Tezzeret, and then they have to play a creature that blocks. And I have a bounce spell. I can always get my top with my Saga as well. Oh, this is going to be a Time Walk. I assume. Demonic Time Walk. Yeah. So another spell, then they can jump and get another hit in, maybe. Another non-wasteland land. I guess a Null Rod almost prevents me from having another construct token, but I currently do have lethal on board. Yeah, maybe I was... just supposed to take the top. All right, they're gonna hold open everything. Definitely making another construct. Obviously, dress down is the punish for that, but I think I'm just gonna get a top and not worry about this end stone. Let me spin first. Before I play this island. Tinker. So someone's looking like a silly goose, and it's me again. All right, well, get in for 14. They just have Bowmaster block, right? I don't think sinking that is particularly good. And they have dress down. Is sinking this good? Shit. That's crazy. Did they have dress down and DT'd for time walk, or did they have time walk and DT'd for dress down? Waiting's like kind of bad for me. Like if I do this, they just chump with an army token, and at least they're on one hit, but they can just do this again next turn, or like on their end step. They should have done it on their end step, probably. And then I guess they wouldn't have gotten a Bowmaster thing, so then just do Bowmaster on their turn. I think I'm just supposed to sink this. We're probably just on like cast Endstone next turn. After like their dress down, we'll turn off the Bowmaster at least. Which means I probably want to draw. I gotta see if I want to play around Spell Pierce or not. If I want to play around Spell Pierce, I have to draw and play my seat. If I want to keep open Vexing Bauble as well, which I probably do. Though they could technically play Dress Down and have Negation Hardcast. There's nothing I can tinker for, right? Our deck just has no other tinker targets. Like I can tinker for Time Vault for later. My opponent's going to pitch 3 cards and jump. Interesting. Pitch Negation, Strip, and Spell Pierce to jump Frog. Guess they're pretty confident that this dress down is resolving this time. I'm at 12. I think I'm just not playing around Spell Pierce at this point after my opponent has pitched one. They have 3 Spell Pierces in exile. So I guess what we'll do is we'll spin land and Mana Crypt at the top, cast an Endstone, spin Mana Crypt above land, maybe? Playing Mana Crypt's a little sus. It's all super sus. I guess a Sensei's top will always... It won't redraw Sensei's top. Ugh, none of this is good. Nah, this is not good. I mean, I could just cast Tinker and get a Time Vault and then hope to find a Tezzeret, right? On my spin. That might just be better. If I had the Endstone in the deck, the Tinker, obviously, for Endstone would give me a lot of more mana. Not going for the end step dress down. What if I had another counter spell? I could just draw Tinker. Tinker my Emerald. And then I have a top spin looking for a Tezzeret to win the game uncounterably. I have a 7 mana. I can cast Endstone, play Seat, draw Crypt, play Crypt, have it get countered, draw Tinker. It's like not even good, right? That's just not even good. I can't believe they're letting me go to draw step. Okay, they're not letting me go to draw step. So they're going to go Bowmaster first. And then they're going to go dress down my board. Okay. That's fine. I guess I could have responded to Bowmaster by maybe bobbling. Because if I like found a Sink into Stupor, it would be game winning. Okay, I'm going to draw Tinker. Tinker my Emerald. Actually, I have POs in my deck, so what I'll do is I'll Tinker my Seat. Oh, I have Kappa Cannoneer. I have 3 Tezzerets, POs. I guess my Tezzeret with a top spin doesn't even win. No, it does because this goes into play. All right, I'm just going to put Time Vault into play, and I'm going to spin my top, and I have so many good hits, so... Fomori Vault. Sink into Stupor wins now. That's sick. Because I have a Vexing Bauble, and they're tapped out and everything, so yeah. It's a hell of a game. Dragons. Well, my dragon doesn't fly until I get rid of the dress down. And now it flies. I win. Oh boy. Why is this deck making me work so hard? Okay. Round 3. This time we don't have a Mox in hand, and we're not on the play. Opponent doesn't have a Lurrus. Put this one back. This one doesn't have blue sources, except Tezzeret is a blue source, so we can keep this one. I think we have to put back Ancient Tomb and hope we don't get wastelanded. That way we have force blue card and a PO payoff. Tezzeret is kind of like a colorless Thunder Trap trainer in a sense, that we can use it as 2 things to pick up with PO, and it basically pays for itself. Turn 1 Null Rod. Ancient Tomb Null Rod. Evil. The great evil of this world. Stonks. I could go Lotus stock up. I think I'm going to go Lotus stock up. Do the powerful spells now before things go bad. Jet, Pearl, Ruby, Seat, Saga. That's a hard choice. If I think I'm going to be able to PO next turn, the best thing for me is Jet Pearl, Tezzeret for a Sapphire, and PO. If I don't think I'm going to, maybe something like Saga Jet. The problem with Saga Jet is if I don't draw an artifact, I guess I would lose my Tezzeret to PO, which maybe that's fine. I think I'm going to go Saga Jet. I don't know if I need to play this Jet now, but maybe putting this up to 3 is better. It's hard to say. Play around like another Void Mirror or something. I don't know. If I get Null Rotted, I still have... This is like a good plan if I get like second Null Rotted, because I have Saga Tomb. See what happens. Is this... I mean, it could be Sphere Shops. It's Eldrazi. Oh, it could be the Raker Eldrazi. No, just probably just straight up Eldrazi. Trinisphere. I see. I see. River Regent. So I took Mox Mox, I would have been sad, but I would have been able to get a blue mana right here without losing my Tezzeret. But does losing my Tezzeret matter very much? I don't think so. I think I just minus my Tezzeret, go get a Sapphire, cast a Sapphire, play a Saga, and I can always coil and catch. Discard my PO. Interesting. All right. The Trinisphere, the Null Rod Trinisphere combo definitely stopping me, but I'm glad that I don't know, I still like the plays I made this game so far. This will definitely put the pressure on my opponent to wasteland this Saga. This Saga can definitely win by itself here. The sheer number of artifacts in play. There's obviously something to be said about like holding on to the region. If I hit a blue source, casting it is probably game winning. But it's likely I'm gonna just draw 3, discard 1. Cavern. Eldrazi. Thought Nasir? Or Sowing Mycospawn, I guess. That'd be quite bad for me. Reality Smasher. Kozilek's Command. Sowing Mycospawn. That's really bad for me. At least it's not kicked, I guess. Oh, wait. This thing doesn't kill if it's kicked. Oh. Oh, but it gets a wasteland, and the wasteland kills me. Okay. That's... This is a ban card in Legacy. Why'd they get Strip Mine? They have a Crucible in their deck. I will coil and catch. I will discard Force of Will. Okay, so now I have Tezzeret, Time Walk. What ways do I have? I have a bunch of Sink into Stupors that bounce this. But I used my Black Lotus. It's kind of an instance that maybe Expedition Map would be pretty good. Ancestral. Okay, so if I go Tezzeret, 4 mana, so I have 3 mana left over. So if I go Tezzeret into... I can't go in for Opal, huh? Don't have enough mana to go for Opal. Well, I could go Tezzeret and Time Walk. Well, I guess I could untap with Tezzeret, but then I would need a bunch of mana. So... I'm trying to see if I can get, like, more than one thing. The only way I can get more than one thing... I could go get a Seat of the Cyanod. That's probably good. It gets me... It's on my land drop for the turn, right? Yeah. Oh, chat saw it. Fubar saw it. Seat. I still have a ton of mana next turn, too, so... I can always use Tezzeret to make 2 mana, colorless mana, or 1 blue mana. If I get another Marang River Regent here, that would be a pretty good draw. Just like bounce, play, win. Okay, so 3 mana Ancestral probably. Don't know why my opponent doesn't just F6. Considering they're playing Eldrazi and have a Trinisphere. Ancestral myself. There's the Meringue. So I can cast it this turn, right? It means I can, like, Mycospawn again, but... That's fine? Question mark? It's probably just fine. It's probably better for me just to play this. I guess I could just leave the spawn in play. I think bouncing it is fine too, though. It's just like huge tempo. They'll have to choose what they want to do. And if they choose not to play Trinisphere, then I just PO kill them. Honestly, the Regents have been kind of good. They've been not bad. The Regents have not been an issue so far. I also have a force if I wanted to force something, but I guess if they go for Trinisphere, I could just force it. But I don't have very follow-up, so I probably wouldn't. I'd probably just cast the PO anyways. They're gonna replay Trinisphere. I mean, they'll die in 2 hits to this dragon. So don't know what the plan is exactly. Might go spawn for Maze of Ith. I mean, we'd still have a 6/7 dragon to block, so be okay. Stay in the tank. Nothing gets you in the tank more than playing Eldrazi. Trinisphere. I'm just gonna let it resolve. I don't think that matters too much to me. Another cavern on Eldrazi. Tolarian Academy. Sure. I guess what I can do here is activate Tolarian Academy, cast PO on just my Moxen. And then that gives me some leeway based on what I draw, whether it be Time Vault or just a bunch of Moxen. Well, now I can sync whatever they play. So I think the answer here is just replay everything. Can I get Tezzeret Ultimate, or am I short? I was thinking about the possibility of like Tezzeret ulting on this turn. I guess I'm short. It's fine. Just untap this Sapphire and pass with Sync open, and that should be no problem. I was hoping to maybe like get a Tezzeret going so that I'd have an alternative way to attack. But this should just do it. All right. You need to play a creature that beats the Marang River Crawler or a combination of Eldrazi that killed me from here through Sync. My opponent went turn 1 Null Rod, turn 2 Trinisphere, but I had it covered. How are we going to... could I have PO'd the dragon after combat and gone off? It kind of depends, because it's 6 mana to play the dragon, and I'd have to draw a spell that does something, and I didn't draw a spell that does something, but there were certainly other options, but yeah, I was mostly looking at possibilities of like Time Vault Key or ulting a Tezzeret so that I'd have 2 attacker, 2 ways of attacking for lethal. So I assume my opponent is on like a ton of null rods and stuff, so I would want to bring in this stuff. But then... Well, I think I take out Tinker Endstone here. And Karn. And Bauble. And Opal. And Misstep. I guess that's a pretty good set of cards to take out. Those are all like super fragile. Maybe that's like the clean mapping that I missed in one of the other games. Oh, but I could Tinker for Kappa Cannoneer. It's probably not bad here. Might be better than playing PO. Might not be, though. That is a hand of Magic the Gathering cards if I've ever seen one. Is it a mulligan? Where's my blue count? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I don't really want to mulligan this on the draw with a top. Play this, play this, play this, spin this. It's not very good. But if I just like draw, I'll try keeping it. I think this is probably bad, but I don't really want to mulligan this hand. This is definitely an issue with the Ancient Tomb mono blue decks, is that when you don't have the blue and you have the Ancient Tomb, but the Tezzeret does make it less problematic. Vexing Bauble. I don't actually have to force this Vexing Bauble, but then, like, what am I doing? I'm not playing Manifold. I'm not playing Pearl, and I'm just playing Manifold, whatever, and I feel like it's just worse than not forcing. I definitely don't have to force that. But if the blue card I'm pitching isn't that good anyways, it opens me up to a lot of draws. So I play Mana Vault, play top, spin top. I guess I just play top, spin top off of Tomb. Will give me the most looks at, or the most information with at least a lot of input. Oh boy. I'm gonna have to hope I don't get null rotted. If I don't get null rotted, it's pretty good. If I do get null rotted, I do lose. Yeah. Again, this is another part about like the the seats instead of basic islands being an issue. I really don't know. Like, we did search up a seat in that last game. I think there's merit in the first seat, but like second seat is it's really sus. Hopefully it's just like Void Mirror or something. I guess the Eldrazi deck probably doesn't play Void Mirror. Null Rod. Oh. Thorn of Amethyst. You got it. I think we just play a Kappa Cannoneer. I mean, we could PO and just... It's probably pretty good. I think we just play a Kappa Cannoneer. I don't know. It's not my job. I will say, Null Rod would definitely have beaten us in that game. Strip mine on my seat is still pretty decent here. Not the end of the world, though. Maybe they can just race me. Because I've been using Ancient Tomb and I have a Mana Vault. It's possible. This is not the best race. They have like smashers and stuff. Oh, they have Maze of Ith. Wait a second. Do they know what improvise is? It's not improvise. Do they know what ward is? Sorry. Does anyone know what improvise is? Is it ward is abilities too, right? Pretty sure it is. There's no reason not to... I kind of want to just cast stock up, actually. I didn't really expect to have this blue source again, so I kind of want to use it. I need to hit a land. I guess a land doesn't not actually cast this top. Ancient Tomb does. It's a lot of life loss, though. It doesn't just have ward. It has ward 4. No artifacts in this. I think I need a creature. I think I'm going to take creature and blue tap land, because I don't want to... I'm going to let them block if they want to block here. Yeah, they did not know about ward. Countered. Sorry, friend. Would you like to block? I'm still worried, like, if they have a Reality Smasher that we get raced. Or if we just, like, don't hit. I guess this Sensei's Top is technically artifact. So that's lethal on its own, but... Oof. Oof. Oh, they're going to pay the 4 mana. What a banger. Just untaps, right? So they can't even, like, attack afterwards. It still deals 2 damage here because they have to use Ancient Tomb, right? Oh, they don't. Yeah, they have to use Ancient Tomb because they can't use Temple for 2 mana. For pay the ward cost. Turtles with cannons. Oh, okay. Attack. Are we going to the maze? Are we sending the turtle to the maze? We're not sending the turtle to the maze? My opponents have used a lot of clock. If we're not sending my to the maze, that means they're what, making a bunch of 1/1s and trying to win that way. I was gonna do 2 leagues tonight, but it has been a slow league. We played some 3-match sets. Both of us used a lot of time last round. I guess technically I've used a bunch of time this round too. I assume this means a Kozilek's command is coming, right? So Cos command for 4. I guess I can kill Beastbinder, make 4 attackers. I guess, does that win? It doesn't win, right? Oh, wait, these things don't attack. Never mind. They're not 1/1s. Exile my thing and draw a card. Will I do a league with mono black? No. I have no interest in playing mono black, and I don't think I should be encouraging people to play mono black. I think the deck is not very good. If you're going to play powerless, you should play mono white, not mono black. Initiative is a strong deck. We don't know if they play Smasher. I cut Smasher from most of my Eldrazi builds in Vintage. And there's no reason to play powerless. I don't really want to encourage powerless either, especially because if you're not in Japan, there are no non-proxy events. It's Vintage, only 4 decks are good. That might be the most out of touch statement I've heard all night, and we had Chess Night here. There's like 10 good Vintage decks. Like, what are we on about? I don't know what's happening in this game. I assume I'm dying, though. My opponent is making oof mana and Eldrazi mana. What does that even mean? Can I F6? Am I allowed to F6? Yeah, I thought so. You gotta pick one. There are no oof Eldrazi's. Okay. Just a Myco spawn. Getting a Cradle. So they can untap. They have the life to do so. Unblockable doesn't matter, but I might still have to make it at least happen. I want to untap my Mana Vault so that I don't actually, I'm going to die if I'm actually just going to die, right? Like, they pay for it for one turn and kill me. Damn. This is unfortunate. I just used too much of my life total on Ancient Tombs and Mana Vault. I don't really even have a winning line here. Oh, wait, I guess if I make it unblockable, make them use Maze, then I can block, right? Okay, that's still fine. So what I will do is I will use 1, 2, 3, 4 lands to untap Mana Vault and use 1 land to play Mox Jet. Attack. And then next turn, I mean, it's still bad for me. I'm going to have to figure out something. So they only have to take 2 damage off of this, but I will untap this, so I won't take any damage on the swing back. Kind of need a Marang River Regent. Why is that my best card? Someone tell me why that's the best card in my deck. All right, now my opponent has like way more than enough mana to keep Maze up, but they can't attack again. Time Walk? Time Walk is pretty good too. Eldrazi Command killing my guy was pretty annoying, but it also was at least prevented them from doing the thing. All right, so I will spin with my top. Tezzeret. Okay. Ancestral into Tezzeret. I mean, I have a lot of mana still, right? So I think it's fine. Tezzeret is a -1 mana. I didn't board in a needle. It didn't seem like something I wanted. I'm gonna spin here. There it is. Time Vault. I'm 1 mana. No, I have it right. 4 mana and 3 mana. Is there any way this goes badly? I guess a Vigor is the way this goes badly. It's probably fine. If they have Besage you, they just kill Cannoneer, right? So... if they had anything, they would just kill Cannoneer. Cool. All right. Boom. All right, here we go. On to round 4. We're on the up and up. Opponent's got a cat. We have a turn 1 Tez. I'm in. Yeah, that's Magic the Gathering Online players. I do kind of think that this deck should have maybe have a Chalice. Obviously, you're not gonna be able to fit all of these changes, but what does this Tezzeret even get me now that I have nothing to get? I guess I can just wait. What's the downside of waiting? There's not really a downside of waiting. I mean, the downside of waiting is I can't search twice on the next turn. Is that really going to happen, though? Probably not. The downside is, like, I get Mana Crypt and I take 3 damage. I guess I could hold it. Well, that's the downside if they play Vexing Bauble. I can't get a Vexing Bauble mana, 0 mana, but I could get a Mana Crypt, I guess, and that would be fine. I guess I could have gotten and played Black Lotus and held up and sink into Stupor, but it's like they're on a Lurrus. Like, why would I want to do that? I still think I might want a Vexing Bauble even after, depending on what they play. All right, well, I'm just F6. You saw my hand. Cheaty face. Island Emerald Time Walk. Uh-oh. Mana Crypt Lotus PO. Like, if I had a Chalice here, I would have gotten a Chalice and played it on 0, right? Academy, Stonks. They know my hand. They know I have PO outs. P outs. Pouts. Not really thrilled about the current spot I'm in. I can get Mana Crypt and I have a pretty solid PO, but I don't have protection. Oh, I just got chained. Oh my lord. There's the downside of not searching, I guess. Tinker. No, it should just be my PO list, I would assume. If it has Chain of Vapor in it. I guess it could theoretically be the Breach deck as well. With classic turn 1 mana drain mana. But then they wouldn't have chained, so. Negation pitching gifts. Alright. Tez down. Should have searched for a Mana Crypt or a Lotus or something. That's my bad. That's a way to, I gotta learn somehow. Buy Lurrus, not even representing Drain. We get one of Pyroblasted here. Oh, God, I get Flusterstormed as well? Ah, shit. No, I got one of Pyroblasted. Great. Fantastic. A+. Unreal. The good news is my opponent's deck doesn't do anything, so that's good. I'm gonna end of combat, Toil and Trouble here. Coil and Catch. So if they have a mana drain, they lose the mana at least. I guess they don't really lose the mana because they could stock up with the 4 mana right away. I guess they don't really lose the mana. So this doesn't actually help me. They did draw drain. I mean, at least they have less blue mana to use, but they can just cast stock up or gifts off of this, so it's pretty bad. But maybe it opens up a PO or something. I don't know. This game kind of went to shit. If I had searched on turn 1, I think we would have been in a much better place. They're gonna brain freeze themselves. Scroll, Vamp, Jet, Ruby, stock up, drain, freeze. Okay. All right, well, we got to let them to lose the mana drain mana, so that worked out pretty well. The problem is we don't have a follow-up that does anything. That's a pretty good one. It's actually got to be the best possible one, right? Because this just gets a mana crypt and lets me PO right away. Bet you wish you had a mana drain. Pew! Alright. I actually do think I'm gonna pay 1,000,000 life and get a Vexing Bauble so that I don't lose to Breach. Probably still lose to Breach, but this is another spot where a main deck Soul Guide Lantern would be pretty good. We've had a couple of those spots. I'm gonna be very low on life total here, but all right. I'm at 7. Could be at 4. Next turn I can play a Regent and bounce my Mana Crypt, I guess. It's fine. I can bounce the... Oh, look at that! Underworld Breach. Does this save me, by the way? Or no? No, it doesn't save me. There's a Chain of Vapor. With the Chain of Vapor, I can bounce the Breach, right? And they tap the wrong thing to be able to Pyroblast their Chain. What now, opponent? I think it's worth. They're just off it. Okay. I guess so. I didn't play that game very well. I think it's very, very, very early to be conceding that game. Yeah. But I don't want to bring in Crypt or Cage against them, which is kind of unfortunate. I do want to bring in Trap. Kind of hate negation. I could commandeer Gifts Ungiven for fun. Doesn't sound very good, but I don't want to play Tinker into this Pyroblast deck, so I don't think Oath and Breach are remotely similar, so not sure what that means. I don't think Oath is bad. Oath is totally fine. Why does this deck play Marang? It's been good. I don't know. It's a draw spell that's also a win condition, that's also a blue, and it's also solves problems. It's been pretty sweet, actually. I have played a bunch of Marang decks in the past. It's a pretty good shell for it. It's just, yeah, it's mostly just rate. It's like quite a hand. Gotta be careful about trap. Mox. Tolarian, turn 1 mana drain? Turn 1 gifts? Turn 1 stock up. Jesus Christ. Alright. Where's that? Got Flusterstorm back up? No, that'd be crazy. Ancestral? Oh, what is it like? Okay. Okay. Alright. Gifts. Best deck in the format right there. That's why. Oh, now I draw Commandeer. Damn it. I'm so fucked. I'm just so fucked. That's not as good as what my opponent has. They have Tolarian Academy. Those are not the same things. My hand is much worse. Doing my best though. Honestly, being able to pass the turn here with construct ability and a force is pretty good for how badly that went. I think I'm still lost, but the only thing you need to do to make gifts good, chat, is draw this hand. Needle? I don't think I'm allowed to counter that. Wait, if they had Ancestral, why didn't they Ancestral in response to stock up and then maybe like have a way to counter stock? You know, why didn't they do that? Burp. Well, if I draw a Manosaurus, I can at least get a Vexing Bauble. I mean, they cast the Ancestral anyways, right? So that's a Manosaurus. Honestly, this game is going pretty reasonably for how bad it's going. So. All right, what do you got now, opponent? What's the plan? Buy Lurrus. Sure. I mean, it somewhat matters, right? Like, you don't want to get your Ancestral exiled, but I feel like the upside is much higher, right? All right, got the Underground Sea. Playing Lurrus just to kill Tezzy. Fair enough. One card in hand. Good try. Bobble check, making sure Magic Online's on top of it. I appreciate that. I lose another crit flip. I drew Force. Jesus. What do I want here? Top spin. Could hit a Volt. Tolarian Academy. So I think draw Academy, search for top again. I'm going to lose my Tezzeret probably. That's fine. This is 4 mana, right? So I can top and spin. PO, maybe? No. Sink. I guess I could just sink this Lurrus. Interesting. Is that good? It's not bad. I think I like being a little aggressive with it. Gives me another Tezzeret search next turn, which is a shuffle. It's a bad sign. It's a bad sign. They're tapping mana. Scroll. Chain. Oh my god, they just have last card breach. Okay. Wait, this is the same thing as last time, isn't it? Where I just... I mean, they have and multiple ancestral. I'm super dead to this. I had to hold up and sync, I guess, for exactly breach off of Ruby. My bad, man. My bad. I had to hold up and sync off of exactly breach for my bad. Isn't their last card Lurrus? Oh, they're ancestraling in response. Sure. They ancestral me in response. All right, it's a paid actor. Shane conceded. No, opponent. No. Oh man. We were super lost in I think both of these games. All right. What can I do, man? I can only play my side of the table. Here we go. 5th and final round of this Vintage League. We've had so many things happen in this Vintage League. I keep. Certainly keep. Probably going to get beaten up by something. Again, another spot where I would get Chalice if I had Chalice. Instead, I'll at least get Lotus this time instead of being sad about it. If I don't get Null Rotted, I can cast a River Regent on turn 2. Oh, we're not playing mono white. Let's see. Oh. I'm gonna make you have something here. I think making him have it is totally reasonable from this spot. I could also cast Coil and Catch. Maybe that would have had more applicability. I just don't like know. My opponent's on Lurrus. I guess I should have seen that. I just assumed they were on some kind of other deck. This is a Bowmaster. It's a Brainstorm. You got it. You got it. I don't exactly know what my opponent's going to be playing then. Is it Doomsday? Everything resolves. I've got an Endstone. I can cast Lotus and cast Endstone. All right. I guess. I guess. Oh, I drew Mana Crypt. That's a good one. That's a good one. Just all ringers. Yeah, looks like we got there. That's crazy. That's a win for Endstone. Woo! It's no. I got misstepped. Yes. PO was the winner there. Tezzeret was the winner there. Well, I have 2 negations, so I shouldn't die. I did just take 10 damage, though. I mean, I'm not sure that Endstone was better than casting Stock Up, but... Bro, you're not getting a turn. Fuck that noise. Draw a card. None of that shit. Wasteland? My Tolarian Academy. Oh, man. Oh, I should draw with my top. Oh, well. It's fine. Should have got... No! Come back! I can use a bunch of life and then go back to 10 on my next turn. All right. Well, we don't know what opponent's on besides Wasteland, Underground Sea, Lurrus. I'm going to try with Beastbinder, Kappa, Forces out. But maybe I'll... Whatever. Try that. If it ends up being like some kind of weird Doomsday deck or something, then we can change it up for the last round. That is not a good hand. That is not a good hand. Okay, I keep. Okay. Under City Sewers, Surveil. Top, keep on top. Beast Binder. Just play around Null Rod. If they're on Doomsday, oh wow, this is getting forced. Pitching Ponder? That's kind of scary. Makes me just want to crack this and cast Ancestral now. I can tinker for the End Stone. I think I'm going to. Oh, I could have tinkered for Kappa Cannoneer. -7, -8. If I get null rotted, at least I have like plays, right? Yeah. I figured because my opponent forced the Beastbinder that they had null rot in their hand, so. I think this deck kind of wishes it had portable hole in it. It might be supposed to have a portable hole in it anyways. I already sacrificed Sapphire. All right. +2. Oh, boy. I am in trouble if my opponent just like Doomsdays, right? Doomsday with Null Rod and Wasteland? Told you. Doomsday with Null Rod and Wasteland. I should have known, man. I should have known. I should have known it was Doomsday with Null Rod and Wasteland and Lurrus. I'm pretty dead here. I cut all my my counter spells. I think I'm just straight up dead. Unless I draw like Academy Bounce, something like that. Or like Academy Beast Binder Time Walk. Academy right now doesn't do it, right? Because I can't bounce the Null Rod with River Ring yet. I don't have enough mana. It's pretty rough. I made a mistake, I think, in my sideboarding. I should have assumed it could have been Doomsday, even though I got Wastelanded. I will definitely board all my forces back in and get rid of this Beastbinder stuff in game 3. Though my opponent did end up having a Null Rod, so... Endstone, again, much, much worse than playing a Citadel off of my Tinker. Again, just awful comparison. See if we can luck our way out of this. That's a good start. All it needs to be is sink into Stupor now, because I can play Vexing Bauble. PO. Come on. Another Tezzeret. So I can search with this Tezzeret. Oh, right. I have a Vexing Bauble. It's probably... No, I probably would have gotten Soul Ring if I had played that better. I could find... Oh, I don't have forces, right? I still just need a bounce spell. No, wait, that's not good enough, right? No, it's good enough. It's exactly good enough. Oh my god, it's exactly good enough. Easy game. Endstone's broken, chat. I just had to rip the Academy. No problem. No problem whatsoever. Simply rip the Academy. If I had a Soul Guide Lantern in my main and no other changes, I would have had a 5-0. I just would have had a straight up 5-0. Maybe the deck's fine. Maybe the deck's just fine, chat. Maybe I'm just complaining for no reason. Oh, wow. If this deck can play one Opal, surely I can cut one Opal in my Jeskai PO deck, huh? Citadel would have been a lot better for sure. All right, so we went 4-1 and we almost went 5-0. These are the notes we took over the thing. I think it's pretty inexcusable to not have a few of these things in our deck. So let's see what our deck looks like if we make some changes. I think you want to have a main deck Dredge target. And for me, I feel like that's Soul Guide Lantern, but I could see Needle as well. Having access to this in our main would have saved us a whole lot of trouble in multiple matchups, including Breach. I feel like not having a Manifold Key is doing our deck a disservice. It combos with our Sensei's Top when we have no action. It can be found off of Urza's Saga. It's good with Mana Vault and Time Vault, and I think I would play a key. I know there's 4 Tezzerets. I don't think that's a good enough reason not to play a key. I would definitely cut Endstone and play Citadel if I played Tinker at all. Would I play Tinker? Probably. So I would just play Tinker for Citadel. I have a consideration for an Expedition map, but I don't know for sure if that's really necessary. But I like the idea of being able to get Academy from Tezzeret. And then I wanted to be able to search up a Chalice. We have a lot of ways to get rid of our Chalice if we need to. So I think having access to a Chalice, having access to a pretty Chalice. Would be good. So that's adding a bunch of cards. What cards do you take out to make something like this happen? I think we have too many lands. 19 is a lot of lands. I would cut the second seat. I would change this Manamo into an island. I didn't get to play this Fomori Vault. I kind of like the idea of the Fomori Vault. So yeah. I would not cut the dragon. The dragon was pretty pivotal to what our deck was doing, actually. But I don't know if I would play 4 dragons. I might play 2 dragons. 2 dragons sounds a little bit better. It also will help lower our mana requirements, so that'll be nice. I don't know if I like this many negations in my deck, to be frank. That's kind of a problem too. So I'm gonna take out a negation as well. So this is probably how I would configure it and give it another run. So what else we did? We did -1 seat, -1 chalice. Swapped Manamo. And trimmed on I don't know, like I actually don't know, like we never had a problem with having too many regents, and the regents were always good. So I could see it being wrong to cut the regents. I just like don't know where you would go if you did that. Like maybe you could cut another negation and put a regent back in. I also would not play liquid metal coating. And I would play another Soul Guide in my sideboard, so I have access to a cantripping card from my Karn. And then it's not clear to me what these commandeers are for. I probably wouldn't play a commandeer. I just don't think it's a very powerful card. I don't mind the whole Beastbinder, Cannoneer, pivot stuff, though. That doesn't strike me as too big of a deal. I kind of like it. Yeah, maybe in the current metagame you can just do 3 river regents and 2 negations in the board. Yeah, I do kind of like that. So this is how I would play this deck. I'm not saying this is better, by the way. But this is the things that I stuck out to me and that I wanted to change. I definitely don't have the reps with this deck like the player who top 8'd did. So, well, there's Kappa Cannoneers too. So I don't want to say, like, I don't want to spout things that I don't know are true. So I don't know that this deck is better. I would say, at the very least, if you didn't want to make these changes, the one change I would make is just put a Soul Guide Lantern in the main. Like, if you just if you wanted to play the exact list from the top 8 of Japan, play that deck and play 1 Soul Guide and cut maybe 1 land or something, and your deck is totally fine. And deck is totally fine as is, but I think like the Soul Guide Lantern is like such a huge upgrade in the main. When you play 4 Tezzeret, I really, really, really highly encourage that. So, yeah, this is how I would go about it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed our first league back with, I have to save this as a text file, with this mono blue Tezzeret PO deck. A really cool deck. Really, actually pretty fun deck. Obviously, we had to work for it a couple times, and a couple times we didn't have to work for it. But that's kind of how it goes in any facet of Magic, whether that's a Vintage League or a Paper Eternal weekend. So more vintage gameplay content on this YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll see you then.